Let me start with a strange question. If your car made a horrible clunking sound tomorrow morning, would your first reaction be, that's annoying? Or, well, guess I'm living under a bridge now. Because for millions of people, that second reaction is basically the financial plan. One weird noise, one unexpected bill, one badly timed dentist appointment, and suddenly your budget collapses like a cheap lawn chair. But here's the twist nobody talks about. There's a specific financial milestone where life stops feeling like a survival game and starts feeling like a strategy game. Not $1 million, not even six figures, just $10,000. And once you cross that line, a bunch of strange things start happening to your brain, your decisions, and even how people treat you. Today, we're breaking down how life quietly upgrades after you save your first $10,000. Some changes are psychological, some are financial, and a few are unfair advantages. Let's start with the shift that removes the biggest source of stress most people live with every day. Panic disappears from the room. When you have zero savings, every unexpected expense feels like a boss fight you're underleveled for. Car repair, crisis. Medical bill, crisis. Laptop dies, catastrophe. But with $10,000 saved, something weird happens. Problems don't disappear, they just stop feeling like emergencies. The car breaks down, annoying. Phone cracks, irritating. Unexpected bill, manageable. It's the difference between hearing thunder and grabbing an umbrella versus building an ark. And here's the kicker. The money often doesn't even get used. Most people rarely touch their emergency fund. It just sits there doing its real job, giving you options. Sometimes it funds a course, a side hustle, or a short gap between jobs. The safety net meant for emergencies often ends up opening doors instead. Just knowing it's there calms your brain down. Once panic fades, your brain finally has space to think clearly. Your decision-making gets dramatically smarter. Financial stress is like having 47 tabs open in your brain. Can I afford groceries? What if rent goes up? What if my car breaks? That constant calculation burns energy and quietly ruins long-term thinking. But with $10,000 as a buffer, your brain gets rammed back. You stop obsessing over survival decisions and start thinking strategically. Instead of, can I survive this month? You start asking, where should I be in 3 years? That shift leads to better career choices, smarter spending, and fewer impulsive mistakes. And with clearer thinking comes something else, confidence. You negotiate differently. Picture two people in a job interview. One needs the job desperately. Bills are piling up. The other has $10,000 saved. Who negotiates harder? Who asks for more? Who can calmly walk away? Exactly. Money doesn't just buy things. It buys leverage. When you're financially stable, your energy changes. You're calmer, more selective, less desperate. And ironically, that's when better offers show up. That same leverage starts opening doors you couldn't access before. Opportunities stop being theoretical. A course that costs $1,500, a certification that boosts your salary, a conference full of industry connections. When you're broke, these aren't options, they're fantasies. But with savings, they become decisions. The safety net turns I wish I could into should I, and that difference changes trajectories because people don't fall behind from lack of intelligence. They fall behind from lack of capacity to act. And sometimes the benefits show up in everyday places, like the grocery store. You experience decision freedom. When money is tight, every choice feels loaded. Generic or name brand, cook or order, coffee or skip. Each decision triggers a mini budget debate. Do that 50 times a week and your brain is fried. But with savings, most of those decisions disappear. You still spend responsibly, but the constant mental negotiation stops. You buy what makes sense. You choose convenience when it matters. And you stop treating every $4 like a life decision. That freedom restores mental energy you didn't realize money stress was draining. And with that clarity, you start noticing things. You become a financial detective. When you're broke, inefficiencies get ignored. When you have breathing room, you spot everything. Overpriced insurance, bloated phone plans, subscriptions quietly draining money. You start optimizing. Cancel this, switch that, negotiate here. Small fixes, $30, $50, $80 start stacking up. And suddenly you're saving hundreds per year without changing your lifestyle much. That progress builds momentum, and that momentum changes how you approach risk. Your risk tolerance evolves, not reckless risk, smart risk. When you have nothing saved, everything feels dangerous. New job, risky. Side hustle, risky. Moving cities, too risky, because failure could wreck you. But with $10,000 as a cushion, risk becomes calculated experimentation. You can try things, explore options, make moves. You're not betting everything, but you're finally playing offense. And that creates momentum that spills into other areas of life. Your social confidence improves. Financial stress quietly affects how you show up. You decline plans, avoid trips, feel behind. But with savings, that tension fades. You're more relaxed, more present, more willing to participate. And that matters because opportunities often come through people, connections, conversations, environments. Financial stability doesn't just change your bank account, it changes your access. And the benefits don't stop there. They follow you home. Your sleep gets dramatically better. Financial stress is one of the biggest causes of poor sleep. Your brain stays on high alert. Bills, debt, what ifs. It's like a constant alarm in your head. But with money saved, that alarm quiets. You stop running worst case scenarios at 3 a.m. and better sleep improves everything. Focus, mood, productivity, which feeds back into better financial decisions. And over time, all these changes lead to the biggest shift of all. Your identity changes. Saving $10,000 proves something powerful. You can build wealth, not luck into it, not inherit it, build it. And that changes how you see yourself. You stop thinking like someone escaping chaos and start thinking like someone who manages money well. You track, plan, invest, build. And once that identity locks in, the next $10,000 becomes easier. Then the next. Then you start thinking bigger. Not because you changed overnight, but because you proved you could. So no, $10,000 won't make you rich. It won't buy a yacht. It won't fund early retirement. But it will change how you think, how you decide, how you move through life. It turns financial chaos into control, and control is where wealth begins. So if your bank account currently looks like a historical artifact, start small. $20, $50, consistency. Because the real goal isn't the money. It's becoming the kind of person who keeps it. And once that happens, everything else starts to follow. If you enjoyed this, subscribe, because here we break down money, psychology, and wealth strategies without the boring lecture. And if you want to know the next milestone after $10,000, the one where money starts working for you, watch the next video. Trust me, that number might surprise you.